In order to get the things that you truly desire, you have to give up the things that you want and desire now to be able to get those things in the future. Isn't that a crazy paradox? For example, let's say if you want to live a very comfortable life where you make like a comfortable, decent amount of money and you can have like comfort in your life. Well, in order for you to get there, you need to be willing to give up exactly that, which is your comfort today. If you want to live a life of comfort and whatever that might look like for you in your 30s and 40s, your 20s needs to consist of you living a life of discomfort, you being constantly uncomfortable. And there's no other way around it. Same thing. Let's say if you want to get to the age of 30 and marry a very attractive model, right? That means that before you can attract a woman like that when you're 30, you need to spend your 20s pretty much like ignoring women. And you don't have to ignore women. Like, what I mean by that is you need to focus on yourself to a point where, to a level where you build yourself up as a man. So by the time you are 30, you can get the exact thing that you're sacrificing now. And this works in pretty much any single aspect of life, right? Which is, it is painful. Sacrifice, it is the hardest thing you're gonna do. But it is the biggest leading indicator of how bad you want it. Because everyone says that. I want this, I want that, blah, blah, blah. Everyone wants something. Everyone's a fucking dreamer. But the only people who actually get to the things that they want and actually achieve it are the ones who are actually willing to back it up with their actions. I don't trust people's words, I trust people's actions. How bad someone wants it is how much they're willing to let go of the things that are not going to get them there. I've been here in Bogota for the last 1 week, and for the most part, honestly, it has been super tough. I've been locked in this apartment, and a lot changed, right? I came here and I was about to go into a new offer, a new company that was going to require me to work on US time zone. That's why, literally, the only reason why I came to Bogota, and things got delayed. And now I'm just here on the other side of the world where I don't know absolutely anyone. I don't speak the language, and life is pretty uncertain. I have to still show up every single day for myself. I still have to give up all these different things that are not gonna get me to where I need to be. It's so easy for me to go out and indulge in women or this like fun, partying, food, like whatever the case may be. But despite having all the doubts, all the pain, being restless, I just continue to show up for myself. And that's the pain. And that's the price that you have to pay in order to get to where you need to be in life. There's no way around it. The biggest shortcut is understanding and accepting the fact that there is no shortcuts. And it's actually a good thing. When you let go of things that are not going to get you to where you need to be, when you pick a destiny, a goal, understand what's going to get you there, and just truly commit to it, it is going to be painful. Like, of course, it's going to be painful. If it's not painful, then trust me, you are not doing enough. You're just simply not doing enough. Because this journey is meant to be about growth. When you pick a goal that is beyond yourself, it has to be about pain. There's no other way that I can't. Because if you're not in pain, if you're not suffering, you are not growing. And if you are not growing, then you're you're not growing, right? Because where do human brains actually grow? In their comfort zone or outside their comfort zone? You know the answer to that, right? So instead of pain and everything being something that is seen as something negative and something that you run away from, it actually becomes something that you pursue and you look for every single day, because then again, it is the biggest leading indicator that you're moving towards where you need to be. You need to be able to rewire your brain and, in a way, literally brainwash yourself on the fact that you love pain. And you should, because then again, it is the biggest leading indicator to getting you to where you need to be. At the end of the day, it does not matter what is true, only what you believe is true, because with work, that will become true. And that's the price of this whole thing, because I went out last night, not partying or anything, but I've been locked in, right, in this apartment. I was like, hey, Colombia playing Portugal, let's go into the town center, let's watch the game. And it was an interesting experience for me to go out and see people with their friends, laughing, doing things, people with their significant others, with their family, and pretty much just having like a normal life, taking it easy. And it reminded me just how different of a path I am going on every single day. Because when you're here every single day, you're waking up at 5:30, you are doing some vision work, right? You're working all day, right? Then you eat like a clean meal, then you work again, then you repeat that every single day, right? No distractions, nothing. That almost becomes like normal in a way that you assume that everyone is doing this. But when you go out and and just see how most people are living their life, it makes you realize that how different your path is. And it's a great feeling, because the more different you are to everyone else, well, the bigger the indicator is that you're heading on a different path. Because by definition, if you want to be exceptional, you have to be an exception. Right? It's a path that is lonely. Because if you go down the road that most people go down, and then again, I don't have anything against general society, but I don't want to be mediocre. I want to live an exceptional life. I have goals that are way beyond myself, that even now when I look at them, I'm like, shit, that's crazy. But if you genuinely believe and you show up every day, you can get there, right? But I'm not going to get there by doing everything what I'm not going to get there by doing what everyone else is doing and thinking the same way. And that is what I mean, that when society is going this way, you have to go the complete opposite way. And that is literally the pain of becoming the man that you need to become. That is literally the pain of sacrificing your 20s, maybe even your 30s, maybe even your 40s to get the life that you want. And as painful as it is, I can tell you, as someone who's been on both sides of the spectrum, I've been the person who's lived in like a really nice place, worked like a job that paid me really well, had multiple women. I was going out every single day, playing pool with my friends, smoking weed every single day, and I was like living the life that by society standards is a good life, and it's the most empty I had ever felt. To now being the person who is, by society's definition, crazy, because I'm genuinely just like risking my 20s, my times, and everything. My whole day is just work, 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 work. Nothing changes. Next day, work, 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 work. Nothing to show for. And that pattern being repeated over days and weeks and months, and then your life changes. That is the price you need to be willing to pay. And now that I am living life as that version of me, who's able to face great amount of uncertainty, of loneliness every single day, of doubt and pain, I can tell you, it is the most fulfilling thing ever. I want to be able to look back in my life when I'm 50, 60, 70s and know that I genuinely gave it my all. I didn't optimize my life for pleasure or happiness, but for fulfillment. I'm doing this for the future me instead of living life for today, if that makes sense. Just do what you have to do. Don't expect people to understand. Don't expect even like your family to understand. Even though they want the best for you, no one is going to understand why you're doing the things that you need to do. You need to be able to just bet on yourself, give up everything, and just let go of the outcome and get obsessed with the inputs. Get obsessed with showing up every single day because, regardless of the fact that if you get results or not, you showing up every single day, you give yourself a point that contributes to you becoming the type of person who can show up again, again, and again. It builds your character. And when you build your character, that's exactly the thing that's going to get you to where you need to be. Because we don't achieve goals, we achieve characters that can easily achieve the goal that we have set for ourselves. That's it.